On the last episode of Cow, Pig, and Chicken Monogatari Densetsu Gaiden, Cow and Chicken located 7th Dragon Ball, but Pigu revealed that he was an egg bender all along. Cow, Pig, and Chicken. There will be action figures, obviously. Let's see. I have way more eggs than I need to be carrying. Let me throw your children at you. Fuck you! Did I knock the baby out of the... Or did it just come out of the egg? Yeah. Have your children, chickens! This is their custom. They call it child throwing day. That might have been a dream I had. That's all I get, I guess. Oh, fuck! Oh, my nuts hurt. Oh, they're shrunk up and shriveled like raisins because of that. Look at this. This is why I built this place. He can come this close to me, and it makes no fucking difference. I'm totally safe. This is a good feeling. This is a cozy feeling. I mean, I don't want him there, but... I bet he's got massive blue balls on at least one of his dangling penises, because he wants to get in here. He wants to kill, but he can't. He can't kill. He sees all these chickens. He's like, what the fuck? I turn around for 2 seconds, and some fucking overworlders come here and start building a city. I better report this to Lewis, which is, I assume, the name of his supervisor. We're so safe and cozy in here. There's nothing they can do. You little bitch. You're not talking much, Skeletor. You want to have a little funny back and forth? Are you going to kill the rest of my family if I don't? Touchy. Fair enough. Fair enough. I have killed many people that you hold dear. Or skeletons. Skeletons are people, you fucking skeleton racist! Or at least they used to be. I can afford to kill some of these now. Oh, that's right. Life is cheap to you. I literally bought you in action figure form for like $2.90. Not the same thing! Look at all these roast chickens. I don't even have to smelt them. This is such a useful fucking sword. It's mostly just the feathers I need. But I get the bonus of delicious chicken McNuggets. You know, I've seen how chicken nuggets are made, and they're still tasty. If anything, I appreciate that gross strawberry milkshake-looking meat slurry looks pretty clean. It looks hygienic, and it looks like the consistency is good. Like there's not any large pieces of bone or gristle in there. So I'm comfortable eating that. I'm comfortable putting that into my body. 30 fucking feathers. I knew this was a good decision. I don't even need to breed them conventionally because they make so many eggs. Not that time, but you know what I mean. They make a lot of eggs, and that is a cheap way. Chickens are the perfect starting livestock because they take almost no effort to raise. You can transport them anywhere with the egg, so you don't have to bring them by lead anywhere. This is cool. If I'd made another building like this one, it would be at exactly the same height, and it wouldn't look as cool. The fact that I can look it down at different elevations, at different buildings, that's pretty fucking tight. I like that. Okay. So what I've been playing a lot of recently are, I really like Sega Super Scalar arcade games, so I emulate those a lot. Taito had their own sprite scaling board called the Taito System Z. And people often don't know that they're different hardware platforms because the games look so similar. So games like Aquajack and I want to say Night Striker or whatever the other futuristic cyberpunk one was. It was like a flying cyberpunk car shooter. Everybody knows about the Superscalar games because like Space Harrier is famous. Hang On is famous. Outrun is famous. Outrunners even is the better sequel. That's right. More cows. More cows. Give me your meat bodies, cows. Why did I ever sign on to the show with you? I never signed you on to anything. You just showed up and you won't leave. Oh, that's right. The things I do for love. Whatever, dude. I like the bigger glass walls because I can see more. You can't see down as easily from those, but that gives it a more buildings-like appearance. And it's also better to put chests up against. This is such a fucking cool colony so far. I'm really pleased with the turnout at this point. It's not too early to say, I don't think. The terraforming thing is stagnated. I need to focus a couple episodes just on terraforming. But the colony itself, which was always going to be the focus, has all these cool walkways at different heights. Which I always wanted it to. And it has all these different enclosures at different altitudes and with different animals in them. And soon that one's going to look exactly like that one. And that will be a proud and fine day indeed. And I'll be able to move the trees out of that one and leave that one for the pigs. And just put the trees in the dome. And I'll have different enclosures for every type of animal. More living space than they have even in the underwater colony, by far, in fact. So I didn't just copy and paste the underwater colony into the Nether, which is the thing I was afraid of. I thought that, you know, just plain muscle memory would cause me to recreate the same thing I'd already built. I'm going to build the dome now. Where did I want to put it? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. 2, 3. This is going to come off the edge a little bit. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Let's see. Oops. I need to put one of these here. Oh shit! Oh man, fuck you. How could I have foreseen that? Oh man, I did not need to shit my pants today. That was not fun. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is just exactly enough room on this side for it. That's extremely satisfying. When it just perfectly fits like that. I didn't plan that shit. Don't tell me I planned it. Oh, fuck you. Hello, cat. You got tired of leeching off the electric blanket, or has it turned off? She probably wouldn't come and show me affection. That's not true. She's extremely clingy. I'm just being cynical. Hold on, I have to cuddle her because I can't miss an opportunity. Little fellow. Her body's like a hairy burrito. It's just this long, ropey cat. So I can kind of drape her around my shoulders. She's less of an animal and more of just like a shape-shifting hair blob. And then somehow when she's angry, she turns into all spikes, like teeth and claws, and ancient aliens confirmed. She's a shape-shifting reptilian. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just want to get the ring put down at least. Eventually she'll chill out and curl up on my lap. I guess she gets all the heat she needs from the blanket, but she doesn't get lovin's. Cats love affection. At least mine does. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like if I got like a ferret or something. People who have ferrets say they love them, and rats. Grass is always greener though. This can't be that way. I need there to be supports underneath all this. How's this gonna look? This is gonna be weird. I think I'm gonna go make that fucking fried rice after this. You know what they don't make is they don't make, you know those dehydrated pots of mashed potatoes? I actually like the artificial ones better because they don't have lumps. They don't make ones that are nearly fucking big enough. The ones I found have always been like cup noodle size, and I want more mashed potatoes than that. This is why I need to fucking stop VR and get out more. Because I'm basically just, I don't have a big stomach. I'm not fat, but I've completely lost definition at this point. I'm just a slab of flesh. If I flex really hard, you can see that I have stomach muscle still, but I have to put real effort into that. What have I let myself become? It's gonna be like Wall-E. VR is gonna turn us into the Wall-E fatties. And yet I continue to play. How about that? How about that? Witness man's self-destruction. Although calling me a man is probably generous. Fuck. Okay, I need to fucking get rid of all the red shit. And I'll use the red shit to build up support on this side so the dome isn't just hanging off. Because I don't want that. That's going to look really janky and ugly if I do that. Or will it? Well, what if I have like a leg coming down to explain how it's supported? Then it might actually look cool. Like a compromise between the architecture and the nether environment. This is so fucking efficient. I'm going to miss this pick so much when it's gone, which is going to be pretty soon. I wish that it worked this quickly in the overworld so I can clear out space I need for underwater domes. Although I'm building those underwater, so I don't actually have to do this in the ocean. You know what I've been getting a lot of use out of recently is my Gear VR. That is a surprisingly good value compared to the full Oculus. Like if you look at the price of it, and it's so close, it's really close to the same experience. It's actually better resolution. You just don't have positional, and your hand controller can only track where you're pointing. But what you see is extremely similar in terms of the field of view. And if you're only watching videos, I won't say which videos, it's almost a better proposition to get the Gear VR because you get better resolution. You don't miss anything by not being able to move your head around in 3D space because videos don't allow that anyway. Because they're taken from a fixed vantage point and they're not real-time 3D. So if you're just in it for video and you're sure you're never going to want to play games, get the Gear VRs by far, or the fucking Google Daydream. I'm agnostic about which one of those is better. They both have basically the same features at this point. It's not just a better cardboard. Um, it's overall smoother and works better and is better integrated in every way. So it has a premium feel to it where you'll be like, I'm glad I didn't just stick with cardboard. Fucking get out of here. Fucking, I need to save that, don't I? Uh-oh. That was not intentional. I want to have it come out to here. Better watch your back before it fades to black. You know who I really want to hug is Ronnie Filyaw from Womp Comic. He's so fucking relatable. I want to meet him at a con and just unexpectedly hug him. And after he's done macing me, we can talk about, compare life experience. He's just like a fatter me. I'm not a weeb, so I guess there's actually not as much overlap as I thought, but I think he exaggerates that stuff for the comic at the same time. I want to hug him though, dude. He's so relatable and such a sympathetic figure in the comic. Maybe that was his ploy all along in order to attract sympathy and affection. I'm on to you. Why am I using the compass to do this? I need to go like that and that. Would you fucking get out of here? This is a construction site. Why are you just wandering around like you're having a grand old time out on a picnic? I'm trying to fucking expand the dominion of the overworld people into your realm and take over your lands and resources. Why don't you understand how important that is and help me do it? That's right, pigmen! Rise up against him! Shut up, Skeletor. You can no longer tell me what to do! What if I ask like this? Damn it! Oh, there's that new Graveyard Shift game where you're literally a meme skeleton duding on your horn, and you have a calcium meter. It's fucking enchanting as fuck. I recommend it. Not that that matters to anybody. But you like BTFO little kids who wander into the graveyard by like drop kicking them into space. And then their dad comes after you and you have to blast him with your horn. It's enchanting. It's a perfect Halloween amusing meme game. This is coming along nicely. I'm excited to start building the dome proper. Having a full dome in the Nether. I don't need a lot of domes. But having at least one full-size dome, and I estimated the size pretty well, I think. You can tell that this is going to just about fit. And this was the perfect little nook to put the dome in. Oh, this is gonna be so fucking tight. Oh, and as soon as I get enough stone, why did I do that? Why did I fill in that space? I may as well prepare, even though I don't have enough stone brick just yet. The other thing is Gear VR, even if you're into the games, it doesn't do the motion games very well because you really need positional for that. But it does the gamepad games extremely well because you're sitting in a fixed location. You just need to be able to look around. So the Minecraft gamepad port on Oculus, farewell Uberpick, you were useful, is stellar. It's just like playing back when Touch had not been released for Oculus yet. It really feels a lot like the home experience, which it should. It's a portable. It's basically the Game Boy of VR. I can afford to make another diamond pick, but do I want to? I think I do. I think I want to make another diamond pick. And even if I can't enchant it, or maybe I can, maybe I can transfer the enchantments from something else? I don't know. Yeah, Chris Chan's life, though, if you ever want to blow your own mind, Go watch those documentaries for like 2 or 3 hours. There's a couple of them. It's really hard to say who's in the wrong there because he's a fucked up guy, but he's got a mental illness. And the people who have been hounding him for his entire life, pushing him to do fucked up things, are in many ways more pathetic. It's really hard to defend him, so I'm not defending him because he has a lot of really shitty opinions about like race and gay men. Anything that doesn't please him personally, basically. But the people who have been following him have basically made it impossible for him to live anything resembling a normal life, and probably he's going to commit suicide as a result. That's my, that's the end game that I foresee. I should make some fucking, I need chests for that. Where's the wood? Here it is. First things first, make a new pick. That's such a waste. Oh, but I have to. I'll make a chest. Ideally, I'd like to make 2, but I don't have that much wood. I don't have a lot of wood production capability in the Nether just yet. I better keep those with me. It's actually a spectacularly bad idea because if I die, I lose my diamonds. But I'm going to do it anyway just because it feels right. Do what feels right, yeah. Here we go. I can make 1 more fucking funnel. That's it. Until I get more wood. That's something. That's something. There's a tree. I can make more. And now there's no longer cows allowed here. Sorry. I'm strict but fair. How is that fair? Well, you see the trick, Skeletor, is that I define what fair is. Let's see. It's a lot of chicken. Make this. How many funnels can I even make with that many? I really want to complete my smelting setup upstairs. About that many, it turns out. Here we go. I can make 3. I can't even make another one. I need to get more iron for that. I should really extend the spiral staircase up another level, so I don't have to keep using the ladder. Just have the ladder come up from here instead. Let's see. I need to use my mouse for this for some stupid reason. So I want to put him here or there. There we go. And 1 up here. It's getting closer to complete. I really only need 1 more funnel. And a bunch of wood. Then I'll have my full smelting setup in the Nether. And then, of course, I have to build a sky base. So I have to do all this over again, but in the fucking sky of the overworld. If that sounds easier than the Nether, it's not. Get ready for a lot of falling deaths. You know, I tell friends that I'm in VR, but then they forget, and then they start messaging me again. Am I a bad friend for spending time in VR instead of... I don't know, I think... Probably not because of this, but in general I am. I can't alt-tab out of it either, otherwise the game will crash. I don't have any seeds. Murdering them for feathers seems brutal. Could you fucking go away, please? Boop, boop, boop. There it is again. It's getting more frequent. How long does it take for them to figure out that I'm not available? I don't want to cut together 2 videos just because I have to alt-tab out of this to tell somebody to fuck off. And... Okay, let's see. I need... Oh yeah, I need more stone brick. Stone brick. That's not a big deal, though. I'm not gonna get mad at my friends for something like that. I love my friends. Back when I thought I needed a lot more glass than I really did. Although I kind of do now to build a dome. I better load up on glass. And no... Oh, they do have stone brick. Okay. So should I make some room? I think I'll make some room. Some stone brick. This is weird. I still don't have a full... I guess it shows what I'm able to craft and lets me choose it instead of having to memorize the recipes. That's handy. I think that's fair too. A lot of people don't want to have to alt-tab out of the game and go look at the Minecraft Wikipedia every time they want to fucking craft something. And you could say guessing the recipes is half the fun, but I disagree strongly. Nobody's going to guess some of the recipes for this. They're not all intuitive. Only the starter ones are. No. Do I have any netherrack? I don't. I can just get some. It's gonna look a little artificial that there's just this big sheer flat wall right there, and it is because I carved that out. I could make it more ragged. I could put it in a little... I'll probably do that at some point. Wonder what this diet of sodium-infused instant foods is doing to my body. Good things, I assume. Superpowers, possibly. Salt-based superpowers. I'm a salt bender. Would you not? I didn't hear the sound. I'm having lag. Lag is doing this. I'm not looking forward to having to buy all new gear just because fucking inside-out tracking becomes the thing. I'm pretty sure I only want to buy a new headset once the field of vision is so large I can't see the edges. Otherwise, incremental increases are not really worth that much money. I don't hear anything. I hope my connection isn't dead. I hope I'm not wasting all this time doing labor that's just going to revert. I want that fried rice, goddammit. Why don't we take one of the healthiest foods, rice, and prepare it in the least healthy way by frying? You're a genius. Promotions! I don't work for you. We're just 2 hypothetical voices. Come on! Come on! Okay, now it's tracking. I think it undid some of my work over there, but whatever. I'm not in a vindictive, angry mood. I never am, jeez. I've been kind of a calm, chill dude for a while now. I think that just getting older does that. Because you've seen all the shit that can happen, and you're like, what's the worst that can come of this little annoyance that is going to go away and not be important to me if I wait 5 minutes? Getting older is cool in some ways, but it really sucks in others. But I think for the most part, I like it so far. Probably I'll stop liking it once I get feeble. I'm getting feeble prematurely because of all this VR shit. I live in VR. I'm plugged into my chair right now. I have my heated jacket plugged into a USB port in my heated chair so I don't run down the battery. I'm already like voluntarily plugging myself into the matrix little by little. We all knew this was going to happen eventually. It's just a matter of time. Let me see. I don't think this is how it is. I think it goes like this. And then over here, there's gonna be like, yeah, like that. What are we doing for time? Okay, we're getting up on the end of the episode. I really would like to complete the floor of this episode, but that's not going to happen because that's going to need a lot of mining, and mining is something I like to do off camera most of the time because it's not exciting to watch. I'm also turning into fucking Rick as I age. Not to say that I'm becoming smarter. The opposite, if anything. That's the most obnoxious thing. I remember when Jimmy Neutron came out, every 8-year-old was convinced he was a genius. And now the people in the age bracket for Rick or Morty are like, oh, it's fun. I want to be a smart person. I want to be Rick. Rick is just Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland's up their own ass, Mary Sue self-insert. And he disguises the fact that he's a Mary Sue by having, like, maladjusted, the fact that he's alcoholic and shit, but he's still a Mary Sue. He's still way overpowered, and, I think they're trying to send a message that no matter how intelligent you are, people won't love you if you're not a good, nice person, which is a good message to send. I just don't like them presenting their own philosophical conclusions as coming from somebody smarter than they actually are. It's like creating an Einstein puppet and using the Einstein puppet to tell people what your thoughts are. And being like, Einstein says this, so it must be true. Nihilism is not true, for example. I've often heard it asked whether it be worse if nothing matters or everything matters. A lot of people are in the nothing matters camp these days. I think everything matters. I think, at least in some distant, indirect causal fashion, everything in the universe is linked together. I think nothing can happen anywhere without it having some sort of... I think since everything descended from the same initial conditions at the Big Bang, everything is causally connected in this long chain of cause and effect. And everything is the way that it is because it unfolded in a predictable, deterministic way from those initial starting conditions. So that necessarily means that there's nothing isolated from everything else that doesn't matter, that has no effect on it. Everything is literally connected, in that sense at least, to everything else, and I don't mean in like a hippie way. It all came from the same place, and it all unfolded the way that it did for the same reason as everything else. But don't take my word for it. Ba-bum-bum. I didn't put the ba-bum-bum in the other video. Oh, fuck my ass. Well, whatever. Whatever. That's not the important thing. The important thing is to really fucking LaForge. We need a movie that's like a blaxploitation 1970s film with like a Dolomite, except instead of Dolomite, it's Geordie LaForge. Not even LeVar Burton, like not even the guy who plays him, but literally Geordie LaForge. But he's still got his visor on, but he's like a pimp and a detective at the same time, somehow, despite pimping being against the law. I guess he's an undercover detective. And he uses his like visor to solve crimes. like in an investigative capacity, and also to see through the clothes of lusty bitches. I watched that. That's good TV. That's must-see TV. I call it must-see TV because there's a Nielsen chip in your head that will explode if you don't watch it. That might be a lie. I'll let the viewers at home decide. Why is my channel not taking off? Is it because I sound a lot like Penguins? Zero? Critical? Whatever his name is. He looks so fucking different from how you expect from his voice. Like he's got a baby face. He's like a good looking dude. I just look like an average person where like every white guy with brown hair you've ever seen, if you were to put them in a lineup and I was in a lineup, you couldn't pick me out of it. I look completely average. I don't look bad or good. I just look like a generic human. A generic Caucasian human, Tumblr. Get your panties out of a twist. Or don't. I mean, if you enjoy twisting them up. That's your business. We live in the United States of America. You can do what you want. That's kind of an argument for trannies, though, isn't it? They should be able to dress up like women. They're in the U.S. In the U.S., you can live your life how you want. Once again, I can't help but see the arguments for and against everything. And I can convince myself of either. Like from a libertarian perspective, although that's not necessarily my own perspective, but you would think, I'm pretty sure there's no libertarians who are anti-trans. Because it would be totally inconsistent. Like, their position is even if something grosses me out, you should have the right to do it because the government can't tell you how to live your life. And that's beautiful. That's got a lot of appeal to it. It's hard to understand sometimes why anybody would be in opposition to libertarian ideals. And it gets ugly when you look into things like child labor and prostitution. But at least from a certain angle, libertarian ideals look really good most of the time. Look at this. Look at how big this dome is going to be. This is going to be the single biggest enclosed area in the Nether. This is perfect for trees. Like, no more piddly little 3 trees at a time like down there. And I'm going to have a nice view if I can get up there and plug this lava flow so it's not in the way. I'll have a nice view and destroy some of this cliff. I'll be able to look down at the pig enclosure, which is what that's going to be pretty soon. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. Not entirely sure how long it's been. I'm pretty sure it's been a freaking long time, though. I'll be able to move the trees from here and just have pigs. I think I'll put signs up identifying them, too. Are you excited, pig? Are you fucking excited? What about now? What about... squeal for me. Squeal for me. You like that? It's Alabama style. No, that's Arkansas style. You know what? It can be both. There's no rules. There's no judgment here. Probably the pig is judging me hardcore, but... I'm judging you as well! Silence! Silencio! I thought you wanted to talk to me. You don't know what you want. I'm going to bring this up at couples counseling. We don't go to that. We should. That's all for this time. Hopefully next time I have enough material to complete that dome. And we can start planting some trees in it and start planting some grass after I get all the soil down. And it will be nice and lush. And we'll have a more or less complete colony. Although I don't think the videos will stop there. The videos won't stop until I finish terraforming that cavern and put up barriers to keep unwanted visitors out of it. It's like the first episode of Black Mirror, only I don't have to be forced. The pig does. Although, you know, you can't really tell if pigs are into it or not. They're just kind of derps who exist. Yeah, like and subscribe. Maybe email Who would I have direct it? I want to say Quentin Tarantino about the LeVar Burton, Geordie LaForge, pimp detective extraordinaire concept. It's a winning concept. You can't tell me that doesn't fucking tickle your pickle, man. I would watch that. You would watch that. Everybody would watch that. LeVar Burton would watch that with his children and be like, look what daddy's doing. Look at daddy pistol whip that whore. She was a secret Romulan. Oh shit, you could tie it into Star Trek. It could be, the whole show could be like Geordie LaForge's holodeck adventures. Yes! It's making more and more sense as I overthink this ridiculous idea. That tends to happen. Anyway, that's all for this time. Stay tuned. The next episode is going to be mostly building the dome and possibly taking a look at the terraforming situation. Remember that I love you. Say your prayers before you go to bed, and tell me all of your sins. And I swear I won't record them and then use them to extort money from you later to buy Pokemon cards with.